Hopefully that's not too inappropriate and doesn't get us both demonetized. Well, it won't really matter for me because I can't be demonetized, but Whip, I hope that doesn't get you demonetized. Pardon me, I've got a case of the vapors. Alright, not really. Welcome back to episode number 2 here on Decidedly Vanilla. I am your host, BGW. Welcome back. And I think to start this episode, I want to try something. This is a little bit of an experiment. I need a couple of saddles. Well, I'll probably only need one. And I got me some apples. I wonder if you guys remember from the last episode what I might be trying here before we get started on the zombie farm. Remember those skellies, or the skelly horses that were out here by my conduit? So I'm going to run out here, and I'm curious. I don't know if I need an apple to tame them, or if I just need a saddle. So I'm going to try and saddle them up and see if I can ride them out of here, because clearly they can be ridden underwater. This might be an interesting experiment here. So if I put a saddle on you, can I ride you now? I can. Oh, this is great. So I didn't even need a let's see if I can get you up here. Can I jump? Yep, come on. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's see. Yeah, so if, are you sinking, or are you floating too? Oh, this is so interesting. Come on. I got to get you up out of here. Cuz you're floating, right? No? But I should be able to ride him up out of here, I think. Maybe I just need to find the right spot. Oh no. You're not. Come on. Okay, there we go. We're good. Okay, we just gotta find a little spot where we can only go up one block at a time here to get out of here. Maybe around here I can get out. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Come on, little buddy. Oh, of course. All right. Yes. Where am I gonna put him so he doesn't run away? So let's do this. No, I don't want to do. No, there's a. How do I? No, come on. Do I have to do it from here? Oh, jeez, no. Yeah, watch me kill the horse. Wait, no, I guess I can do it from here, right? Do I right-click? No. Oh, jeez. This is how often I ride horses. I'm not even sure how these things work. What if I hit E for inventory? There we go. So we take the saddle off. I get off of them. There we go. And then I'll just use these guys because these are the blocks I have available. Let's block you in so you can't get away. And then I'm going to go get the other one here in a second and bring him back too. Alright, little buddy. So I'm glad that the conduit didn't start killing these guys, because they could have, possibly, I think. Because they're supposed to, within a couple of blocks, they're supposed to do some damage. I'm not sure if I can go ahead and build the second conduit, and then that will help become... Is it more powerful if I have two conduits? Ooh, this guy's way faster than the other one. Holy cats. You're going to be my buddy. I'm going to leave my saddle on you, because you are way faster. But I think if I put the second conduit out there, it'll act as a way to keep mobs from getting me while I'm out there. I'm just not sure how that works, to be honest with you. So we're going to figure that out. Well, that's all right. You can come out. I don't care that much. You're not as good as the other one anyway. Okay, let's get off you. Let's see if I can push you back in. Come on, Skelly horse. Come on, Skelly horse. Get back in your cage. Just because you're the undead doesn't mean you can't listen. Come on. All right, you guys, come on. All right, that's pretty lame, but that'll do for now. All right, we got them both in there. All right, that was very interesting. One of them's fast, one of them's kind of slow, but now I've got a couple of Skelly horses to ride around. And the interesting thing is that clearly they survive underwater, so I wonder what I'm going to be able to do with them in terms of when I start building the city under the ocean. How I might be able to use them for transportation underwater. That could be interesting. We will have to see. Alright, slight change of plans for today's episode. Rather than working on the zombie farm, because over the last few days I've actually finished the farm component. I still need to do all the building component, which I think is the more important part, where we actually make it look better, but right now it's perfectly functional. I've got different plans, but before I do that, I want to show this for Awuga. Here's your sponges, man. I'm going to show you how to get here in the nether. I would go and drop them off somewhere, but I'm not sure where to drop them off if they don't get lost. So I'm going to leave them there for right now. If you want them, or if I see you while we're on, I'll bring them to you. I think I'm done with them for right now. I'll need some more later, but I'll go raid some monuments and get my own. But what we need to do right now is I'm going to go take these turtle eggs over to Nash. She built a full-on version of Doc M's drown farm that I was going to build. She already built it, so I'm going to change my plans for this one because we don't need 2 of them on the server. I don't need to compete with the Trident shop with her. She's already done all the work, so I'll figure out something else to do. But my donation to her is that I believe on Doc M's farm, you can use turtle eggs to attract the drown versus you standing out and risking yourself for them throwing trident at you and whatnot. So we're going to go drop those off for her at her building at spawn, I believe. And then I'm going to go from there and show you what the next project's going to be. Where did that come from? I don't think I have any. I don't. Nope, just run. What is this? Oh. Silent apparently had something going there that I just destroyed. I'm sorry. Well, that's pretty interesting that Silent ended up using my path for his portal to, I'm guessing, his base, which I think is absolutely fine. I think that's awesome. I'm absolutely happy to share it. In fact, I'd much prefer that than having my own. The nice thing about that is that maybe he and I can work together and come up with a plan for what the pathway over to our portals is going to look like. I'd much rather have somebody to work with and do it by myself, so I think that's awesome. But Wooga, here you go. Oh crap, I don't have any. Oh, I'm going to come over here so it can't see me. Since I don't have any arrows, I can't shoot the ghast, so I gotta hide. Alright, Wooga, so this is the portal to spawn, and this is the little path that comes off to the right when you come out of that, and if you just follow that out, that takes you right to my base, and I think you could probably figure it out from there. So there you go. Let's head into spawn really quick, hopefully before the ghast shoots me. And it's a bit serendipitous, actually, that I'm out of arrows, because that's what our next project is going to be. So here is the server spawn Skelly farm. We have the little drop down and the bubble column coming back up from there. And to give you an idea of where we are, right over there is the backside of Papa Beastie's enchanting station. And then well beyond that is Nash's building. And then there's a new one right here. We'll go see whose that is in just a minute. But the idea here is, rather than working on the zombie farm at my base, which is now done, and functional for my purposes, I think I'd rather renovate this into both an XP and a bone farm. Right now it's mostly just for bones. I did do a kind of a really poor version of an XP farm down there that was really just temporary so I could get some XP out of it, and it caused some other issues. So rather than trying and fix that, I think I'm just going to go ahead and tear this all out and redo it. And I've already talked to KB and Kane about it, and they're absolutely fine. They just set it up so it would be a quick bone farm, and they're fine with me going ahead and doing this as a build. So I'm also going to build an AFK fish farm with this, and I think a chicken farm all at the same time, so that when people are down here AFK for the bones or for XP, they can be doing 2 or 3 things at once. So I think that'll make it a little bit easier. For the rest of this episode, we are going to work on this, but the first thing I need to do is gather a bunch of resources and start digging out. I've got a lot I need to dig out because I have a pretty grand idea of what this is going to look like. I want to make it interesting for everybody and kind of fit in with the theme of some of the things that are already going on, but let's go over and see whose this is first. So this is clearly just getting started. Germ's place. All right, Germ's over here. That's cool. It's good to have a neighbor. And I love his build, the way it's starting. It's this little kind of Mediterranean, on the river kind of house. Kind of cool. All right, man. All right, let's head over to the Skelly farm and start some construction. So things might look a little bit different than the last segment for a couple of reasons. I've learned a couple of new things. The first thing is Optifine 1.13 is out. It's a beta, maybe it's even alpha. You can kind of tell that there's a little bit of funkiness going on here. And I do have shaders on, so I'm sure that's not helping very much. The shaders haven't been optimized for 1.13 yet, so there is some really weirdness going on. The other valuable thing I learned, when you update your software, your recording software, it's really good to go back and double check things, in particular audio recording, because if you don't do that and then you record a bunch of footage of you building a Skelly spawner XP farm, and you don't have your audio double checked, there's a good chance that you're going to record entire segments without any audio. So, yeah, that's what happened. I recorded a good bit of building down there and clearing things out. And the good thing is honestly, there wasn't much to talk about when you're clearing out a big area like that. So, if nothing else, actually, this is going to be a little more compact episode because I get to show you the product mostly finished, but not completely finished. So we'll still be able to do some stuff together. And as I jump down here, I'll go ahead and turn off the shaders so that by the time we get to the bottom, we'll be shaderless. Whoa. All right, let's turn on the hotbar so I can see what I've got in my inventory. So this was all completely dug out. This was all just stone, essentially. And that's the old farm that was up there. And up here, let's go take a quick look, is where the old drop down was. And this was just a AFK bones and arrows farm. So you would come down, it would automatically activate everything, and this is the bubble column going back up. This was all filled in. There's a double chest right here, and they would fall down onto a magma block that would then kill them. All the bones and arrows would come over through another bubble column right up here, kind of in front of you and into that chest, and you would just stand here and collect it. There was no XP component at all. And so I had actually made kind of a really poor version of an XP farm. You could dig down into there, and it actually created problems. And so that was what made me think about completely renovating this guy and turning it into a new farm. So we dug all this out, and I still have a lot of work I have to do on the aesthetics, which is what we're going to do here next. As a quick time lapse, I'm going to redo these walls and dig a lot of this stuff out. And you can see I'm starting to do part of it over here. This was just the bit I did around what the XP crusher and whatnot. And so this is Pixlriffs' updated version of his favorite mob softener. And so I'm going to include a link here up in the corner. And you can go check out his video that he made that updated this for 1.13 because it doesn't work. The 1.112 version or 1.12 version doesn't work in here. And so he updated it and fixed it, and this is working really well. And the other thing I had to add to that component was the ability to have a mode for XP and a mode for just bones and arrows. And so you can see right now there's a cobble, mossy cobble right there. And so when they land on that, this is the XP mode. They don't die right away. And then when you turn it into the bones and arrow mode, it switches over to a magma block and they will die. And then right underneath this is a hopper minecart and then a whole system to collect that and then shoot all the bones and arrows and stuff through this into our collection system over there. So I think I'm going to do these individually. I'm going to probably do another episode where we completely redo the collection system. I'm going to do another episode where we build the chicken farm up in here. And I may do that on the same episode that I do our AFK fish farm here. So you can come in and turn it into bones and arrows mode, do your fish farm, do a lot of fishing, things like that. And I think it'll work pretty well. So for now, let's go ahead and do a time lapse. I'm going to redo all these walls, and we're going to finish this thing up so everybody on the server can use it and have it all done. So enjoy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Unfortunately, it took far longer than I expected it to, which I suppose is usually the case with builds in real life and on the server. In fact, within the business world, we usually say, figure out how long you think it's going to take you to do it, and then multiply it times 3, and that's probably about what this probably actually took. But yeah, here's the little enchanting room. Turned out pretty well. One of the things I learned about fish tanks is you can't put live fish into a tank with bubbles in it, apparently, because if you do that, they all die. I put like 4 or 5 live fish in here, and then they all died in about 5 minutes, which is kind of sad. But what are you going to do? I wanted to bring somebody on to show this off to them tonight, but I ended up going so late, everybody is gone for the night. The only one who's here is AFK Sausage. That's his new nickname, AFK Sausage, because he's AFK all the time. Well, that's not really true. That's maybe a little harsh. I just wanted to show it off to Mythical, and unfortunately, he's not around. He's fishing right now. Which, here, I'll come over here and show you this. This is going to be where our little fishing station is going to be soon enough. I probably won't do this next episode. In fact, I may do that off camera just to get it done. But the thing we are going to do next episode is right over here. The chicken dinner server fish farm over here. Fish farm. Chicken farm. Get to do the chicken automata chicken farm. And this is where it's going to be. We're going to start off next episode with that, a little redstone build. I need to do the sorting system on here. This is going to start filling up pretty quickly. I probably have a week or so before I have to worry about this too much. I don't know how often people are going to be using this, but I do need to sort that out pretty quickly. And other than that, I think we're pretty much done. I think it turned out really well. I'm pretty happy with it. Again, I spent way more time on this than I needed to, considering this is not even part of my base, but that's right. It was good to get my build on. It was really a good day to work on this, and I got a lot done, so there you go. I think that will do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please hit a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Helps me know that the channel is doing well, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks again. Bye-bye.